Yeah, we got a whole lot to talk about. Let's get to it. What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists out there? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series that you put on in the background whilst you hobby or paint along with me. So basically, you get a hobby done, I get a hobby done, and together we chew the fat, put the world to rights or wrongs, and hopefully get some good hobby done. You know, in a short space of time. Now I know I've got the painting snippets, which are like half-hour shows, and I might be able to get one or two of those in the day. Giving myself the day off today because life so stressful right now. Need some time out, otherwise I'll implode. So hobby time it is. What better way, right? It's actually raining outside right now, as opposed to when I filmed the little snippet at the beginning of this video, which we'll talk about in the course of this video. We've got a whole lot to talk about. It was sunny then, or at least it wasn't raining anyway. But anyway, before we get started, grab your glues, brushes, models, paints, and whatever else you need. Get to your workspace and let's get going. Let's get this hobby stuff done. Alright, so what you can see here now is one of my tents for my role playing. All looks shiny. You think I've varnished it, right? No, I haven't. It's just the Quick Shade Army Painter quick dip thing. Because I've got a boatload of that, and I wasn't going to use Agrax Earthshade over some terrain. I am going to varnish this, however. Matte varnish. Some of this still feels tacky at the bottom, but I did it yesterday, so I mean, it's only the underneath bit. It's only the underneath bit, right? So I'm going to be varnishing. And I won't be able to. I appreciate I won't be able to do the whole tent and you know, like the wooden beams in one. But it's quite neat, isn't it? You can imagine it with the top on there. You've probably seen it already. So yeah, put my glasses on. So got your stuff ready. I've got coffee, and yeah. So let's talk about this thing. So yes, we've sold our house. We've sold it. That doesn't mean it's all going ahead and everything. You know, it's it just means we've had an offer and we've accepted it. Yeah, it puts us in a better position buying wise, because a lot of estate agents won't entertain showing you around anywhere unless you're in a what they call a proceedable position. Yes, we can move forward with this. And okay, fair enough, whatever, that's fine. But we're in a proceedable position, and you know, we've seen a few properties in Seaton now. Didn't have the best of experience, I have to say. We you know, we looked at one which was our dream home. Everything about it ticked all the boxes, and we offered way over the asking price, but we were still outbid. I don't like it so much when it comes down to like an auction. If it's going to be an auction, they should just market it as an auction. We didn't know what we were getting into with that one, really. But there you go. Hey ho, hey ho, radio show, as Jamjar34 says. How you doing, Jamjar? You out there? Hope you're okay, sir, and doing well. Looking forward to seeing your summertime painting challenge updates, my friend, because they are awesome. Right, so moving forwards, then, what's happening with it all? Well, as you know, I've got, you know, we have got a funeral to deal with this coming week. It's going to be awful. It's not going to be the best. It's not a good week, but we can start healing once that's out of the way. We can really start healing, and you know, things will be a lot better. And I know this from personal experience. I was just, you know, we've got to get there yet. It's all down to whether our buyers are prepared to wait a while. You know, can you hang on or not? If they can't, then I'm seriously thinking of taking our house back off the market. Not to spite anybody, just to think, right, let's take a pause here. You know, and assess our situation again. And perhaps, you know, because the housing market is changing all the time. They're on about house prices dropping, etc. Blah, 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 and whatever. Doesn't matter because they'll be dropping on both ends, buyers and sellers, so doesn't matter. Makes no odds to me. And all the extra time we wait, that's going to help us get in a better and better position, right? It's just going to increase our chances of making the right move at the right time. I think we're being sensible in that respect. But as it stands, yes, we have sold our place. So there you go. That, you know, that's pretty cool, right? Got to get this, not because I want to seal it, but because I want to get rid of the shine that the Army Painter Quick Dip produces. Get rid of that shine. Right. Perhaps we can move that off now. There we go. Ta-da! Right, so that's done. That's good. I'm thinking about my slaves here now. Well, I'm going to paint their. Sorry for nudging the camera. I'm going to paint the rims of the bases. So I'm looking at Steel Legion Drab. So forgive me. I'm looking for Steel Legion Drab. Here we are. It's kind of my main go-to basing colour for this. Now I have to pour all that back into the varnish pot. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'll probably do that now, actually. So yeah, so it's pretty exciting, but very stressful too. You know, this whole thing. We saw another 2 properties whilst we were in Seaton the other day, and they were dumps. There's no two ways about it. Oh, they looked better in the photographs than they did in person. It's like, no. Oh no. Hell no. So I'm going to go with a whole new attitude next time. I'm going to be very much of the opinion, well, this ain't worth what you're asking. I'm going to offer a lower price. I'll give you such and such, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay. Grab a bit of kitchen towel. So what about me then? Most of my studio is packed up, which looks sad. I like having my stuff around. It's all in boxes. I don't like that, you know. It's not good. Not good for the soul. But you know, what can you do about it? That's the thing. Can't do anything about it because I need to be able to move at not a moment's notice, but you know, with fairly short notice. I need to be able to say, right, okay, I'm going to move next week. Get my stuff out. Okay. these might want a couple of coats. Well, there's no might about it. Yeah, so it's Sunday today. Back to work tomorrow. I've been having Fridays off though, which is nice, even though they've been very hectic, I have to say. When I say very hectic, I mean very hectic. You know? Oh, my word. So, you know, I've got big plans for my channel, especially when we move. I say big, I mean I've got exciting plans for my channel. I'm looking to go role-playing, heavily role-playing, because my role-playing playlists do really well. I think my role-playing playlist are my most successful ones. Right, let's have a single sleeve now. They're just basically scatter terrain, aren't they? Like, you know, for your role-playing games. Eye candy for the scene, help set the scene. Of course, they could be objectives for certain campaigns and missions and that, you know, rescue some slaves. That would be awesome. I'm just going to move my camera, just give me 2 ticks. There. It's just that the leg was in the way. Right. Still with the basing. I'm looking forward to drinking some coffee because coffee's good. Got what I call my Seaton coffee with me today. It's not a certain coffee that is made in Seaton. It's just something I got from Tesco's in Seaton when we stayed there back along. So I call it my Seaton coffee because we were drinking lots of coffee back at our hotel. Got through all the sachets. I'm going out to Tesco and I bought a jar of coffee. It's just Tesco's own decaf. But yeah, it's my Seaton coffee. So the other day when we went back, I don't think the person in the hotel, because it's like a pub as well, called the Aircourt Hotel, I don't think she recognised me, but I wanted to say, hey, remember me? We stayed here a couple of nights back along. I'm sure why would she remember that? Why? There we are. Coming on swimmingly. So I had some bad news about my mum the other day. Yesterday actually. Found out my mum's had a stroke and she's in the hospital again. So if it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? It's but yeah, so I'm a bit worried about her. Don't even know if I can go up and visit. I don't even know. Yes, my sister's going to keep me informed though. You know, she's up there. I think when she comes out of hospital, she's going to go and stay with my brother for a bit. Well, there you go. Let's add some more stress to the mix, shall we? Got to get this week over with. It's got a funeral to go to on Thursday, so I'll get that out of the way, and we can all start moving forwards with our lives. And yeah, you know, it seems to come in spate, doesn't it? Like, you know, you get weddings, there's a load of weddings in the family, and you get a load of funerals. They all seem to happen at once, it seems. That sort of thing. Right, so I've painted the rims of those. And I've got my fire that I was working on. I'm pretty happy with that as is, and I'm just going to keep it like that. It's difficult to get it dead right, but that's going to need sealing. So yeah. But we may have... like a certain jacket here. I may just might be a little thin, but we can give it a go. Or shall I try it out on that chappy there? I don't know. I'll try it out on his trousers, I think. We're definitely going to go with an Agrex shade on these bad boys. Once I've blocked in all the base colours, because they're either shipwrecked or something. At least that's what it looks like to me. Yeah, but yeah, and when I move, I've told you before, I'm going to be starting another YouTube channel as well. One that's all about local history and scenic views and nostalgia, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to... It's be more of a touristy one, I think. But there's going to be some fun. Be going around all the places that I remember. And all the attractions and that kind of thing. I don't want to do all about the... every year they have a carnival. Really cool one. And the fair. I just want to kind of share my excitement and how cool it is. Yeah. So I've got some trousers on there. I've had a look on like Google Maps, Google Earth or whatever, around the places, some of the places I can remember from my childhood, and although some of it's a little different, some of it is still quite similar. And I would like very much to have a look in person once I get there. But looking on Google Earth and that is fun, because it's like the next best thing, isn't it? If you can't get there in person, you can at least see what it all is about, what it looks like. There we are. Brown coat. good. Yeah, that'll be excellent. Because they're going to be dull and dowdy, I think, yeah, especially after being shipwrecked, for goodness sake. You know, it's not going to be nice and bright and all that, is it? It's just a couple of straps and we're good to go, I think. You can have a brown top as well, this one. I'll do some with like some maybe red trousers or something. That'd be quite funky, wouldn't it? Oh dear. I mean, yeah, so such exciting times, but very stressful times. Exciting times, stressful times. I have looked. There's not a lot around at the moment, right this second in Seaton for us. I have looked at other areas just to compare, comparison. Other places by the sea, and yeah, they got more options, but it's not the place I want to be. It just isn't. You know, I just don't want to be there. Get a bit of a stonies on there. That's good. Yeah, he's looking all right there. Actually, looking all right. Yes, he's looking good, my friends. Looking good. Looking good. Right. Right. So that's that. There's no way I'm going to be able to work on that tent again today, because that's going to take forever and a day to dry. But that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Right. There's other places I want to go once I've moved as well, that I used to go as a kid. Once I've moved, I want to travel to a few places that we used to go to, you know, like for days out and stuff like that. Because we did it from Seaton, you know, that makes sense. So I get to relive the experience again. I know what I'm talking about. Right, so, oh dear. I think it's coffee time, you know, I really do. Yes, I am pleased with that. Very pleased. So, a bit of matte varnish. Let's have a bit of matte varnish. Where's that brush gone? There it is. So, this fire, the all matte varnished. There we go. There we go. There. That's good. That can dry off then. Matte varnish these sleeves too. Gonna need a drop more varnish. Well, I'll be. I was saying to my wife earlier, one of the things I'm looking forward to when I move to Seaton is, and it's because it's just going to be the two of us there, is not having to have a set day for shopping and ordering that and or going to get it. I'm just going to live. We're going to live more day to day, like. When things get low, say, oh yeah, like, oh, the bread's getting a bit low. Do you want to nip out and get some from the baker's or something like that? Like, yep. Anything else you need while I'm out? That sort of thing. You know, live more on a daily basis. Live more in the moment. Because there's a bit of philosophy for you. If you don't live in the moment, time feels like it's passing by quicker. And the reason is, you're living week to week as opposed to day to day. When you get your shopping weekly or whatever, you know. Yeah. And it just makes you feel that time is passing you by. Whereas each day is like a new adventure and you're living somewhere new. And you can just get what you want when you want, as opposed to you've got to live by these strict regimes and time slots and delivery slots. And I don't want to be limited to that. I just don't. I just want to, you know, hey, I feel hungry, let's go and get something to eat that we can cook. You know, let's get something. What do you fancy? Spaghetti bolognese, pie, you know, whatever. If you want to cook something, let's find the ingredients and let's get it. That kind of thing, you know. Yeah, so live for the moment, definitely. And I'm going to see if I can try and apply that philosophy for the searching of the home as well. I don't know how I'm going to do that quite yet. Not quite sure I can apply that, but, you know, keep on going. This is a very curious one, this. Right. Soaking up the varnish a bit. There. Saturated him in varnish, but that's okay. Not trying to win any awards with it. That's just as well. Alright, so just popping this varnish back. Right. There, I've done loads there now. Have achieved quite a bit. What time are we on? 32 minutes. Wow. Done so much in such a short space of time. I feel. I'm going to have some coffee. I've got other things I can be doing for my role-playing stuff. For the bazaar, the marketplace. That's what this is for. This tent and that is going to be, and I must get myself some market vendors. I've seen some online. I've seen a wicked set actually, really, really cool. Yeah, I think I've explained before, well, if not, I've thought it. The bazaar or the marketplace is going to be kind of my hub for my D&D campaigns when I start filming them. And I want to use, this is what I want my series to be, or my channel, whatever it's going to be. Solo role-playing, right? And solo role-playing. And I want to like film an episode and just show during that episode some of the things I use, like the tools I use, the GM emulator, whatever it may be, right? And do it that way. But keep coming back to my central hub, then embark upon a new campaign, some pre-bought, some home-brewed. Because some of them I just want to do completely random stuff. I've seen what's possible, and and I've played through several solo games, and it's just so much fun. It's more fun than playing in a group now for me. I just find it incredible because you literally do not know what you're gonna get. It's so random. You're like, oh, like when you're in a group, you're playing and you have a DM, you'll be thinking, ooh, what's he gonna throw at us next? What is he gonna throw at us next? And you don't know. That's exciting. Whereas there's a mentality to think, well, if you're on your own, you know what's coming. No, you don't. It's even more random. It's like it literally could be anything. Is it good? Is it bad? And that's the exciting thing. Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking I want to paint their chest plates and I want to paint his skin, or at least get something down on his skin. Get a Bugman's glow, I suppose, and do the old Cadian flesh tone Kislev flesh thing. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, watched a cracking movie last night. It's called Prey, and it's like the latest Predator franchise movie. Oh my gosh, what a movie! I mean, it's not like award-winning, but I thought it was quite good, though. Very good. A very good romp. Excuse me. Excuse me, my microphone popped off there. I know where my glorious gold is, and it's up here. Glorious gold, glorious gold. And I'm going to need some Bugman's glow, so I'm going to get that out. There we are. Right, so we'll do skin first on this chappy here. And maybe could paint some of the tyres, I don't know. Just giving it a bit of a shake here. Bugman's glow, this is. Bugman's glow. We really don't need that much of it. I have a nice little brush I can use for that. Right. Though that said, I'll probably get away with my old character brush here for this. Try and avoid his augmentations. It's not an issue if I don't, because I'm going to be going over them anyway, but there we are. Get behind his ears. There we go. I've got an idea about another channel, you see. and it's only toying with. It's not nothing definite. See, I have toyed with the idea of doing a couple of new channels when I move to Seaton. Do one of the natural history, which I've already discussed. But I've toyed with the idea of doing one solely based on solo role-playing. I was also thinking of expanding that to solo board gaming. Even solo board gaming for games that aren't solo written, you know, of how you can do that. So, you know, there is that. When I was a kid, I used to solo board game stuff like Monopoly and things like that to train myself up for when I went around my friend's house to play it with him, trying out different tactics, what might work and what wouldn't. Because yes, I was that competitive. We both were, actually, my friend and I. Oh, just seen this guy. Needs his skin doing too. Oh, and him. And him. Okay. Alright. We can do that. Not a problem. Alrighty. So, think about solo role playing or GM-less role playing. Yes, I mean, you could still play that in a group, just without GM, you know, just using an emulator, which is possibly going to be something I'd like to do. There's a book I want to get sometime. It's kind of like a bestiary for Call of Cthulhu. I think that's what it is anyway. It's, each time you do a section of this, each time you do a stage, I think that's the word I'm looking for. It's another stage you don't have to do again. So it looks like I'm doing all of these traditional method. I was wondering if I was going to keep them back for contrast, but it's not looking that way. Not looking that way. There's a place in Seaton called Harbour Road that we've at least on paper or on the computer looked at several properties for, and they look amazing. You know, my mum always said it takes a bit of a battering in the winter though, because it's right by the seafront there. It gets very blustery in the harsher weather, harsher months. Just to be wary of it, really. I think, oh, okay. So that's something I'll keep in mind. Right. He's got a helmet, so he doesn't need anything doing. It's doing good on these. Got the Bugman's glow down. At least we've got that down. Right. So it's the golds now. I want to do Glorious Gold by Vallejo. Glorious Gold. It's, you know, one I've been using on the other Imperial Fists. I'll have it on my Outriders too. These are from the Domitus box set, and I do have another set of Outriders. Another box of them. So I'm thinking if I'm in Seaton and if I'm going to be playing 40k, you know, up against whatever opponents they can put for me there, I'm thinking, well, Imperial Fists are looking good. Outriders. So I'll have 6 Outriders to take on my opponents in Seaton with. Hoping that'll be, you know, pretty sweet. Just going to put a drop of Lamium Medium. There we go. Drop. It's obviously being washed in my other pot. Right, new brush time. Trigold Detailer, yes. Yes it is. Another few things that I'm getting done when I get to Seaton. Getting my eyes sorted, new glasses. I'm going to get all my teeth done, register with the dentist there, get my teeth checked out, and you know, basically going to have a 50,000 mile service on my teeth. That's probably where they're at now. Register with the local doctor's surgery there. So the thing is, Imperial Fists, they are yellow. So Glorious Gold doesn't probably not show up that well. We'll give it a go. I think they look spiffing, if I do say so myself. I think that looks pretty amazing. So the thing is, our requirements that we need for moving is we need 3 bedrooms, right? We need, because we need a space, obviously, for our bedroom. We need a space to work in, at least one of us, and hopefully have the possibility of a space that can be utilised elsewhere for the other person, because we're both working from home. And we need a guest bedroom as well for when people come home and stay, like, because our daughter will be coming up quite regularly, I think, by the sounds of it. And you know, my friends and my wife's friends, you know, when they come and stay, I need a room for them, you know. There. His arm. I'm getting the call for coffee again soon. Any moment now. So I've got to do their purity seals too. So it's nice to be painting a bit of 40k again. It is. Yeah. I know a lot of people are into painting the Horus Heresy at the moment. And I nearly got that. I nearly bought that box set whilst I was in Seaton. I'm actually glad I didn't, because I'd have all that goodness in a box that I can't paint or do anything with, and yeah, I'll be a bit gutted, wouldn't I? Because well, I wouldn't be able to use it right now. Any golds for these chappies? Yes, golds for these chappies too. Yeah. So next week, it's going to be a quick week for me in work, what with the funeral. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you one thing I do love about my new job is the fact that I will definitely have Christmas off, because I do not work Christmas. And that is amazing. It really is. Lots of little skulls and things with these. That's okay. All adds up for to look pretty neat. But yeah, again, our eyes tested, and I'm holding off because I need my eyes testing. I want to get them done in Seaton though. That's what I'm saying. I just need to check something in a moment. Bear with me. I think in the glorious gold. I'm wondering if it has a Agro Exercise shade wash upon it, or it's like a sepia wash. I don't actually know. Oh yeah. Right. Looking forward to doing the purity seals. I think they go up a notch once you do the purity seals on Space Marines. Or is that just me? You know, it's like getting faces and bases done, isn't it? I think it's a subjective viewpoint. Right. Done his breastplate either. Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting. It's slightly more intricate. It's okay. Altogether, I've seen so many properties online, whatever. There's some beautiful ones out there. But at the end of the day, you know, if they're in an area you're not really fussed about, it's got no meaning for you, has it? Whereas I want to move to Seaton because it's got a lot of meaning for me. A lot of meaning. It's where I want to end my days. I've got so many old memories I can go over and reminisce about. You know, it's awesome. To me, that's something that I can you know take with me and keep with me for a long time. And we're going to make so many new memories there as well. You know, the two of us. It's just so peaceful there. I seek peacefulness now. Nice and quiet, and yeah, that's what I want, baby. I never was much of a fan for city life. Or more, let's buy our food from a local farmer type person. Yeah, I want to be able to do that, which I'll be able to do in Seaton. I'll be able to nip to the farms. There's loads of farms around there, and farm shops and things. Get our eggs and potatoes and whatever. Butter, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Loads of skulls on this dude. I mean, he's just positively packed full of them. There. I'll get some more. There's more. As I say, we'll get some Rakoff flesh for the purity seals. Well, the parchment on the seals. Yeah, I think my Imperial Fist army will be my main competitive army when I get to Seaton. That one and my Ultramarines, perhaps. Or they'll be my main Space Marine armies. Other armies, well, I may go Tyranids. I've got Necrons as well, just to chop and change. Definitely won't be Orcs, because I just don't have enough of them. I don't fancy painting gajillions of Orcs either. Just don't. Not my idea of fun. Well. Yeah. Just getting all these skills. There's so many of them. It's easy to miss one. Like, and even when I think I've got all these, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I got all the skills," and then I'll looking at it, I'll turn it around, I'll go, oh, "Bugger, missed one." I did find out from my sister where the beach bars were. That was like it was a bar by the beach in Seaton. I was quite famous for when I was a kid. They used to take me and sit me by the record. What do they call them? The jukebox. the owners would let me sit on a stool in front of that, and I would operate that. They'd feed me whatever it was, 10p's or whatever, and I'd just put on all the songs. I used to be fascinated by watching the records get selected and go around and play and so on. I used to be fascinated by. I was fascinated by mechanical things. Full stop. Anything mechanical, I found fascinating. But anyway, going back to the movie last night. Very good, very well done. It involved Native Indians, Native American. It's kind of set, I think it's set about 300 years before Alien versus Predator. So although the Predator had, alien technology and that, it wasn't as advanced as it was in the other movies. So it was a bit primitive for the alien, the Predator itself. And that was kind of cool. I felt it kind of gave, I won't say even the odds because it was still vastly uneven, but it kind of helped the Native American Indian cause, I feel. I think I've got it all now, but as I say, I'll look back and it'll be like, oh no, you missed a bit. But we're at our time limit anyway, so just wash out that brush because it's a pretty awesome brush. Got this set for Christmas, marvellous. Just popping the end on here. There we go. Glasses off. Zoom out. Hey, you got it right. How about that? And there we are. And coffee. And oh yeah, so I've done quite a bit there, and I'm pretty darn chuffed with it. And the stuff I was varnishing at the start, that seems to be drying nicely. I can touch it quite easily now. That's good. That is absolutely brilliant. It's taking the shine off, which is what I wanted. Life is good, hobby-wise. Even though I can't get all my hobby stuff out, what I'm looking forward to, I should say, by having, relocated and so on, is sort of get my hobby area / studio sorted out, get my little display area behind me, sort out all my bits and bobs how I want, and yeah, I'm after feel part of the display case. Like those old school rubbers you used to get, when we used to write in pencil. One that's about that big by that, like a rectangle, and on it it's say for big mistakes in white, and I'll tell you about that when I move, what that's all about. So yeah, so I've got another bit chunk done there. I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased. It's happening. It's coming together. Once the tent is done, dry, I think that's done then. Just a bit of dry brushing on the wooden posts, another little bit of varnish. Bob's your uncle. That can be put away as well. Awesome. I got a couple of little boxes on the way, which I'm going to check on right now after this, as to whether I need, because they're going to be storing my terrain. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks ever so much for watching. Do check out Patreon if you want to see other stuff and behind the scenes stuff as well. And I will see you on another video. Give it a thumbs up before you go. and see you then. Bye for now. Bye bye.